Hello, welcome to my tube, my stream of consciousness. And if you're here with me, that's our small little collective consciousness. Now, in every collection, there's, in everything, there's negative and positive. And each day, with our consciousness, we can decide which we want to focus on. Which wolf do we want to feed? Because they both live in there and they're both rampant. Today, I'm earnestly focusing on feeding the white wolf, feeding the white light in me today, and not focusing on any negativity that I'm feeling, whether it's mine or collective energy. I just don't want to feel negativity, so I'm focusing on the light. It's just tough. Then I go slumming on the social media, and I thought this was a joke. It's an ad by lambs. Should be sheep, not lamb. Should be sheep. It's no BS. It says, who will defend your body from 4G, 5G, and Wi-Fi radiation? Lambs will. Kind of looks like a sheep, though. Looks like a sheep. NASA-inspired fabric blocks 99% of radiation. I got a fucking idea. How about you create a world where there ain't no radiation, toxicity, or hurts that hurts? Hurts that hurt, if you get me. HERTZ, that hurt. HURT, that cause harm. But no, we live on a rock where life lasts maybe 100 years, 116, however long you get to live in this incarnate. And all you got to do is see how selfish you can be and how much money you can be. And at the end of that, you'll get to see if you win or not. See, the astrology is ramping up. They've been talking about December 21st for 3 years. Because they've been talking about it, I've been talking about it. See, because there's only so many storylines in the world. There's only so many stories. And if you look at them, they're just slight variations of the same story, just put in different backdrops. Like Longmire did a little storyline where he was asleep and he got kissed by it woke him up from his slumber, just like old Sleeping Beauty ate the red apple. Just like Adam and Eve ate the apple. See, because there's all this shadow and darkness that has always been around, because there's duality. You can't have light without dark. You can't. Shadow, it can't be done. And the brightest of the bright bodes and summons the darkest of the dark. Yeah. So we live in a society where people have just ignored it. That doesn't happen. That just only happens on TV. That's not real. Babies don't get raped and eaten. That doesn't happen. Not in this world. Not in the town I live in. Not by people that I know. But they know deep in their heart that stuff happens. And so the whole world's about to get their red apple. The whole world is about to get its red apple. Yep, I got my red apple when I was a 10-month-old baby. I knew what duality was then, And I got some screenshots of some events that happened today. There was a CME. I didn't get a screenshot of that, I just saved it. Earlier today, November 29th, at 1:11 UT time, Earth-orbiting satellites detected the biggest solar flare in more than 3 years. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded this extreme ultraviolet movie of the M4.4 category blast. X-rays and UV radiation. This is from spaceweather.com. Ben Davidson's page. By the way, if you want to read more about it yourself. X-rays and UV radiation from the flare ionize the top of the Earth's atmosphere, producing a shortwave radio blackout over South Atlantic. And they have ham radio operators and mariners may have noticed strange propagation effects at frequencies below 20 megahertz, with some transmission below 10 megahertz completely extinguished. What do people think would happen if that happened, if that was a freaking Earth facing? That wasn't Earth facing. But that's the thing, is like people are running around freaking into some bullshit about third quarter profits and fourth quarter earnings and stock options and reindeer games and did you get your little I voted sticker because we get one of these? None of those fucking shit will matter. And that's the thing. When I was a little kid, I never saw that stuff mattered because I saw the Earth and all the earthly changes and potentials that came with it. And so I'm like, dude, everybody's just like a volcano away, which incidentally did erupt last night in Indonesia. Yes, it did. Yeah, so the earth changed there. The earth changed there. If anybody knows for a place for me and Mom, that'd be cool. I got plenty of money. I can pay freaking lot of money on deposit, first, last, whatever. We just need to get someplace before the 21st of December, ideally. We have a prospect actually in New Mexico. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see where God wants us, because people don't help you. It's what God does. It's what God makes happen. Because ain't nobody I know directly has freaking done to like lift it for even like make. Yeah, it just hasn't happened. I suck. I guess I suck. No, people are lazy. I wanted to finish this and then I'll go on and talk about the law. Strangers have been more kind and loving. That's why I have, it's like I have hope in humanity at the same time, man. It's getting. We'll see how rad humanity is at the end of the year when all these benefits, these people that have gotten all these benefits, these unemployment benefits, they sold out. They did. They sold out. They just put on the mask and sold out. I'll just take my unemployment and blah, blah, blah. I know people that have done it, because shit, you make a lot more on unemployment than they did on before they're working. And then, if they like to be lazy and stay at home all day anyway, then that's just a bonus. So, but that's all running out. So, and the astrology, I was listening to Joydish. I had to stop because I'm like, God, it's just depressing, man. Like, because the number of homelessness is just going to go up. It's just going to go up. You're just going to see people go away. Wonder whatever happened to them. So, what happened to the CME will not hit Earth. It's outside the strike zone for geo-effective solar storms. If, however, it were coming our way, we would be anticipating a strong geomatic storm, maybe next time. But that's alright, because that could be just a few days away. Anyway, I called this talk. What did I call this talk? What's an ethic, folks? What's an ethic? And I looked up ethics. I remember talking about this in high school, because the examples that people would use, and I always kept stuck it with me of a set of morals, principles, especially ones relating to or forming a specific group or form of conduct. And I should probably pause this or I'm going to get in trouble. I want to. Everybody's so big on rights, copyrights, this rights, that rights, but you don't got no right to freaking choose what you do with your own body. It don't matter if you're male or female. And I don't understand. Like, I'm often saying, dude, the Air Force gave me a bunch of vaccines and it fucked me up. It's fucked up my endocrine system. So why people just would even consider that? I haven't had a flu shot in freaking probably 15 years, 14, 13 years, something, yeah, and I haven't had a flu or nothing more than a cold, like maybe once in the last 15, 17 years, because there's ways that you can take care of your body and then you don't get sick. But But people eat their feelings and drink their emotions and all that stuff up, and it creates a healthy environment for your body. And then so when stuff comes like up like this, it's just you're scared. Or if I was obese and had all these other underlying health issues, I would be scared, and I would probably, out of that fear, want people to wear a mask for me too. But the thing of it is I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and when it's my time, it's my time. I'm just trying to make things as comfortable as possible while I'm here on this earth, not just for myself, but for others, because I am an empath. And I am an empath to the point that when people are uncomfortable around me, it physically pains me. It hurts me. It hurts me. So I am one of those people-pleasing freaking weirdos that tries to keep the peace at all costs, because my freaking endocrine system, because if I don't, I will spin up with everybody else and I will wreak havoc. And I'm trying to live different. I'm trying to be an example that you can have post-traumatic stress, you can have all this stuff, tallies on the list of freaking things that could just give you a reason. I'm not trying to give nobody a reason. I'm trying to just be a peaceful, loving being in a world that it's gonna get ugly. It's only gonna get uglier. It ain't gonna get better. So I see people, these big stupid, people just still wasting their money on some bullshit. They're not getting to communal living. Too many single people are living in single houses and with 4 bedrooms and shit like that. It's not gonna be pretty, dude. And I'm trying not to think of like any one thing that can happen. It's just the energies, because there's too many people that have lived in pain and strife for too long, and there's too many gluttonous, greedy mofos that have just been riding the wave on the backs of our spirits, of the faithful and dedicated, and it's imbalance, and that imbalance is gonna flip. Yeah, so there's too many. God got too small. And where is God? Where is a higher power? People are too busy running the show and making the millions, and where are all these freaking artists and stuff that for years I watched them, tout like Ed Sheridan, he used to do his little selfies with the tens and thousands of the crowds behind him, like, for you, Prince of Darkness, this is what I do for you. Might as well, because the world closed down, and the people that made all their money from us not even like maybe knocking on middle class. No, just you make your music made us feel good, so we bought your stuff. And so what do? They shrivel up, take all their shit, and run home. Yeah, all the creators. And it's so funny because like there's so many pockets of the world that are completely untouched by this. They're completely untouched by the earth shutting down. And that's like some like sports, they get to go on and like play, like ABC, they have a lot of shows that still went in production while the rest of the world was shut down. Mom, The Good Doctor, but a lot of other shows got canceled too, because they must not have been producing enough, And what I see is we all, within us, we all have a currency. All of us. It's what makes our heart beat. Current, electricity. Boop, boop, boop. We're minding the dip today. It's a dippy day today. I got gnarly headache. I've been surly. I've been trying not to be surly. I already had to start my day over like 3 times, because when I'm in pain, then everything else is just bullshit. I just don't want to do anything. But the life goes on, and you can't just not do anything. But there's a lot of people that have set themselves up that can. Lucky bastards. How did you manifest that? Because I can't even make friends in real life. I see my whole life. I saw these freaking people that were like, I don't know, they had the picturesque family and stuff like that. And I just never understood how they got it, because they're completely like mediocre. They're completely mundane. They lack any original thought at all. I mean, every week, every Monday, were the same conversations, and Wednesday, and I'd try to just make up stuff, and people would look at me like I'm crazy, just to talk about stuff that was different. Because when I was in Corp USA, Programmed America, everybody just does the same thing, and they get stuck in a routine. They get stuck in loops and patterns, and God, it's not even fun anymore, man. Where's all the fun that, the world used to be a lot better place when people were much less fearful. I can't believe how easy so many people just freaking bend over and grab their ankles and say, I'll just take the buyout, I'll just take the payout, you know. Okay, Artie Pants. No gumption, no American pride, none of that, you know. But did I get more screenshots? That's cool. See, that's my, you okay, buddy? You need to wet your whistle? So ethics, when I was in, but Mom always gave us choices to do the responsible thing too, kind of thing. Like, I remember 5 going in and paying rent and getting the receipt, things like that, you know? And, oftentimes for Thanksgiving, we'd have to do custody shit stuff. See, they made life real hard for Mom growing up, so I know about what being poor is like. I've been comfortable when I was when I worked in IT, when that was my career, my job, when I got to use my college education, but I don't really use that anymore. Mom doesn't need to know what I learned in college. Huh? You don't care about that stuff, huh, Mom? Huh? What I learned in college? Maybe I'll do that. I didn't think you were interested. See? I didn't think she was interested in the IT tech stuff. And she just said that I never offered to share. So that's where we can take the opportunities to learn to do things different. Maybe when I get off here, I'll show her. I'll show you a browser and stuff like that. I'll show you parts of the interweb if you'd like. I've tried before. It's cool. What else? Things from a heart space of greed will not succeed in the 5D earth. So a lot of these companies and businesses and stuff that are going down, a lot of times you can't start a business from just for money. You can't do it. And I'm disgusted. I haven't used Amazon in 2 years. I hate Amazon, and it makes me sick that so many people use Amazon still. Because all you have to do is, you can go ahead and search your stuff with Amazon, but go to the manufacturer directly and order from them. Don't order from freaking Amazon. Doesn't that Bozos guy have enough money? Doesn't he have enough? I mean, how much is enough? And the only reason why rich people share with what they got is so that they get freaking bonuses for sharing what they got. So, why even people use that? It's disheartening me. I got stuck in a mindset, in a bad thought. I'm like, the world ain't gonna be okay because people are too selfish. So it's not gonna be okay. It's not. I got stuck in that line of thinking earlier today. I can think bad too. I'm just like, no, Marge, that's not how it is. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you, Satan. Any negative thoughts. No, things are going to be okay. Just like some days energetically, it just don't feel like things are going to be okay. But this too shall pass, right? There's a lot of cosmic, static-y energy. More people are going to be disrupted. More people are going to get violent. More people are going to just not really know how to hold their shit. More people are going to lose their shit. They are. And some of these people, it's weird because it's like, I watch other YouTubers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, where's the astrology going to play out in their lives? Where are they going to lose it? Where's their or maybe they're completely spiritually fit and they won't, you know. But I see a lot of people. I hear a lot of people that I don't know that walk a kind of walk and then talk a kind of talk, but aren't walking the kind of talk. You know? Does that make sense? You probably need a sandwich here pretty quick, huh? Yeah. So it's like there's two worlds. There's the world where what would it be like if everybody just said what was on their heart, even if it was in accordance and agreement with everyone around them? Yeah. An authentic earth. We don't live on an authentic earth because there's too many people that are shooting angles and, you know, playing this game, and we ain't never played games. Spiteful and cruel, absolutely. And we ain't never played. I like to make, like, because I always got the grunt shit jobs, you know, wherever. Because personalities like me, we'll just do what we're supposed to do. Just don't freaking hassle me, kind of thing, you know. And so we always got the shit jobs, and I would try to do things to make them funner, to make them more fun, right? Entertain myself. And people just like, I don't know, and unjoyful people like to stifle that. So the authorities, the controllers, I know all about the controllers, man. They're the biggest little bitches, man. Anybody that tries to even guide your thinking, or even when people like put their gender, oh, it's okay, calm down, it's okay, get your hand off me. That is a control mechanism. You know that? That's like, you know, or don't be sad, don't be upset. No, I'm not here to tell anybody not to be sad or upset. I'm here to tell people not to be violent when you're sad or upset. I don't tell people how to, you know, feel. I just see the potentials that when people feel too much of a negative way, that turns into explosive kinetic energy and can be very dangerous. And with the astrologies that are lining up right now, but where are people gonna, when so many people live in a world where they just do what they want every day, day in, day out, and they're living just from one year to the next, living the best versions of your life, you know, if something traumatic does come up, they don't got the practice like people like me do. Come on. Let's turn this back on. I like that light. Do you like that light, Mom? I'll wrap this talk up and then make a sandwich or something. On a grilled cheese or something, maybe tortilla. Anyway, it's cold, huh? Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Not now. Okay, you got the top billing, Mom. You got the number one priority. See, Luna. See, just being in contentment, just when everything is okay. Isn't that what? It wouldn't be great if we could all strive for that. You got the bestest smile, Ma. She has a gold tooth. Ma has a gold tooth. And I always tease, when you're done with that, you don't mind if I hang on to it for you. I hear gold might be, you know, a commodity one day. And it's like, nah, Ma, you can keep it forever. But she's pretty content. See, this is the thing. This is what life is about. Wouldn't it be cool if everybody felt this? Wouldn't it? But we live in a dual life, so no, you get to embrace these vibrational frequencies. Embrace this time, you know. Because soon there's going to be time that we got to get to, or I got to get to work and get on to the next chapter in the story of the nomads. Want to hear the funny story about when I lost a job that I believe I was hired for, like, 90 days, but they didn't tell me that.
Really?
Yeah, and then at the end of the 90 days, they're like, oh, it's just not going to work out. But I left a job for this, right? This is like the karma. This is the shady shit that people do. So for a while, that was the only time I was ever on unemployment. It was like a 3-month period. And
That's spiteful.
people are just, it was run by a bunch of coke heads. I mean, what do you expect? You know,
That's
American
horrible.
Title Company in Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, that place is just weird. I mean, just this. Anyway, so my point was, is I had to like go into the unemployment office and have a screening by a woman, you know, and we were talking, and I started talking to her about spirituality stuff. And she's like, I want to give you this book, and I have it somewhere. It's called the like photo nomad photographer, like nomad photographer, something. It had those 2 words in it, and it was a book that someone that she met down in Kansas City randomly, synchronistically, had made this book.
Okay.
And I always and because that was like kind of a turning point. Because when I was younger, 14, 15, I used to watch Oprah before she became a freaking evil, wicked, freaking bitch. She had guest Gary Zukav on, and he wrote a book called like Your Soul's Purpose, you know, kind of thing. And it was and the premise was what you could do as your own, you know, that wouldn't be going to work. Like, what do you do is to earn what could you do to earn money that wouldn't feel like going to work because you like it so much. And I always thought photography. And that's why I came up with my idea, snap knacks. Pick your own. Everything I do is pick your price. See, I will do a service. Don't be dumb. Because you say do a service and there's always a clown in there. I got a service for you. Make it sexy. I just like to let people know I'm not into that kind of thing here. So it was photography, and then she gave me this book, and that was like in 2014. That was a while ago. And so, you know, and that's when I started taking my camera with me everywhere, and just snapping all over the place, you know. And I've never sold a picture. It's funny. And I've taken, I got a Facebook, yeah. But I'm just like, I mean, if people, I don't know, it's so funny. I have been a part of freaking, like, for my dog, the rescue that my dogs came from, of, like, benefits, where they'd make, like, $7,000 in a night to help dogs, you know? But evidently, I have not been a creditable enough human being in my life to get myself substantial residency in the last or stable residency in the last 6 months. So some days I don't feel like I'm very smart. And Mom reminds me that it's just a God thing. It's the timing. But then, you know, I got that programming and that Aries fire in me that I'm just like, I can do whatever I want. I can make it happen. And I can't. Huh?
You think you can create it, you're not
I can't. And then you have these spiritualists that go, you can manifest anything you want. I'm like, can you? Okay, let's sit down and let's have a talk about the course of your life and the course of my life and how much I've already manifested. And I'm fucking tired. You know? I'm ready for stuff to just land in my lap. I really am. I really am. What? Because I see all these other fools get all kinds of shit. I mean, it's hard for me. I don't want to talk too much trash, but I see, like, some of these young dudes and stuff with their YouTube channels and stuff like that, and I'm just like, how the fuck? How the fuck? You know? How are people listening to this? Really? Do you got a pretty smile? Is that it? Hi, David Spot. Heather Johnson. You didn't miss much. Margie has a gift. Hi, Carl. Sorry I didn't call back earlier. I was foul. Whenever, and I get negative. I do. I'm Scorpio moon. I don't want to say negative. I get lower vibrational. I just don't like staying there, man. It makes me feel bad. That's when people start getting sick, right? When you spend too much time in the low vibes, right?
Except that in the low lines, it's setting people up for dying.
Yeah. That's why because stress is, people don't realize what stress does to the human body. I mean, I'm surprised my smile is still so pretty, but since I was only 36, when did I get braces? I was late, 38, and I'd pay out of pocket. I was going to get top surgery. I was going to have breast reduction surgery, have my boobs cut off, because it was the same price. Mom went,
I was the last to know.
no, I told you before. But the recovery was like 6 weeks, and it was so invasive with like drip tubes and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, I'll get braces, because I wear men's shirts and bow ties, and they're just in the way. I believe I was reincarnated as a female from being a male after many, many incarnates, so it's like I don't really have like an emotional attachment to my body. It's just my soul sack, and I get hurt sometimes, and I'm like, ugh. And being a female since every month since a week after my 9th birthday, Then when I was young, I always had, people, what people don't go through, they don't understand. And I believe the earth is changing in a way that more people are going to start going through the same stuff. So I've lived in poverty. I know a lot of people that have not, and that are not going to do real well with it. I've had to haul my own water. I know other people that the idea of that, because the infrastructure, it's only as good as the freaking worst employee that works for the company. Most of these companies are. People just don't want to do work. They want to get a paycheck and don't want to do things to earn the paycheck. And people like me, I just want to be of service to people. I don't even care about the paycheck. I just want a steady place to live. Because I know when I help other people, that karma comes back to me. But if I can't help other people, that I'm not going to get that karma back. It's one of the reasons why I do these talks, because it's one of the best ways I can connect with people. Because I've made the mistakes. I don't want people to make the same mistakes. Make different mistakes than me. Don't live from your ego. Live from your heart at a younger age. See, when we're born, we live from our heart. When we're kids, and we just go around doing everything from our heart. The innocence. And then you have people that, I can prey on people living from their heart. And then the world got ugly and gross. Well, some people have maintained their heart space living, I got a little away from it here and there, but I always try to do the right thing. Not just for me. That's the thing. It's not just for me. It's when people go to do the right thing, is it just for you the right thing, or is it for everyone involved in the scenario? And we don't have administration that does the right thing for everybody. They do. It's for the higher echelon, and they're going to get their karma. All the people that have hindered instead of helped. When people come out, and where are the people on the street supposed to get the help? Where are they supposed to, what internet access, or what website are they supposed to access to get help to get off the streets? They don't exist. These places don't exist because they're not made to exist, because the profiteers, they will make a lot more money if those people stay on the streets. Yeah. And there is no spirit in that. There is no God to be found in any of that. With all these places and in cities everywhere, and all these apartment complexes going up that are just crap for $2,000-$3,000 a month. They're doing stuff in like Burbank where they're like want people to pay 6 months in advance, months rent in advance, and it's just like, to why? Why are they so important? Why are the people that designate these places to live so important that they can freaking designate whatever they want? Oh, it's because they're little bitches. Real estate agents? Why do you still get so much percentage when you don't really do anything anymore? Why do politicians make so much money when they don't really do that much? Why is there such an imbalance in the world? I think it's because people have lost their spirit and their connection to spirit, God, source. Why aspire to do a thing, a humble thing, a humble act? Why would you even aspire when there's so much more money to be made by being disingenuous? And it's that shift. That's the only shift that's gonna. The world isn't gonna be saved by anything. Everybody's gonna have to be more positive than negative, and that's gonna fix things. But I'm not seeing direct evidence of people doing the work because mostly people are lazy. Mostly they are. Mostly I'm lazy. I want to just do nothing all day long. I don't ever get to not do nothing all day long. I haven't got to do nothing all day long in 4 years. So, the tides are changing. We all have these astrology and placements in our charts, and we all have made decisions. And the decisions that we made based on the energy in these placements of our charts are going to designate the course of action for us the next year, whatever cycle you want to look at. My voice is getting tired. Tucker's snoring. There's a lunar eclipse tomorrow. It's not a good energy for animals and people to be out and looking at and stuff like that. So I don't see. And the thing is I could probably better explain my feelings because I know myself really well, but I don't know all my charts. Like I'll listen to people's talk, and I have it on. I have it on a screenshot of all what my placements are. So I'm Aries Sun, Scorpio Moon, Pisces Mercury, Pisces Venus, Pisces Jupiter, Gemini Mars, Gemini Saturn, Libra Uranus, Sagittarius Neptune, Libra Pluto, Capricorn and Lilith. And then Sagittarius in my North Node. My first house and second house I have Cancer. My third house is Leo. Fourth house is Virgo. Fifth house is Libra. Sixth house is Sagittarius. My seventh and eighth house are both Capricorn. My ninth house is Aquarius. My midhaven 10th house is Pisces. 11th is Aries. And in my 12th house I got Gemini. So I know what that means to me. So in my rundown is I got 6 masculine energies and 4 feminine, 3 cardinal, only 1 fixed. That's why I can always consider, that's why I'm contrarian and I always consider data and change my mind all the time. Because I don't got a lot of fixed energy. I got 6 mutable. That's wishy-washy as far as I see it. I'm 4 air, I'm 4 water elements, or 4 signs air, 4 water, and 2 in fire. I don't have things in earth. That is why it's so important for me and people that don't have positions in earth to stay grounded. Because we are the star seed. The way I look at it is we're the star seeds. We're out of this world because we ain't on this world. And if I'm wrong, then that's alright, because it's my incarnate. So, I think that's about all I got for now. Oh, there's a lunar eclipse soul group session by Adrian Elise it's probably already done. How do you do? See, that's the thing, is I can't do that. I could do that, but it's like $10 and they let 300 people in, and she'll talk for a half hour. That's $3,000 for a half hour. Are you fucking kidding me? That's why I'm never gonna be like a gazillionaire, because money. It's like I won't do the shit that I just do my stuff for free, and people contribute when they see fit, and it's pretty cool. It is.